That's tearing Israeli society apart.
Listen, this sounds weird, but if you go to the inner city gangs in America or anywhere in the world, okay, these drug cartels in Mexico, they use the same principle.
Ultra-Orthodox households pay 1/3 the income tax, national insurance, and health insurance that non-Orthodox households pay. Despite ultra-Orthodox households being on average 1.5 times larger,
Principles as the Spartans.
that's not a religious statistic, that's an economic death sentence. Because here's what the headlines won't tell you. Roughly half of ultra-Orthodox men don't work. They study in religious schools supported by state stipends, spousal income, and community charity.
Okay, these young boys, 13, 14, they have no fathers. They're put in a gang, they're abused.
Let me give you the exact numbers. The average non-Orthodox household spends 4,496 shekels monthly on taxes and state payments. The average ultra-Orthodox household spends 1,469 shekels. So the people who work less pay less while receiving more government support.
And then the gang leader treats them well. They might have some, sex.
And their population is growing fastest.
And then these boys are becoming loyal to the gang leader.
Among OECD countries, Israel ranks second only to the United States in income inequality. 70% of ultra-Orthodox families and 57% of Arab Israeli families live below the poverty line, even after government transfers.
Same thing if you go to these child armies in Africa. Okay? Very basic principle.
And can be in itself life-threatening at that moment. We have the records, I can show them to you, of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in the United States of boy babies who've died or had life-threatening infections as a result of this disgusting practice.
Doctors don't suck baby penises. Why do rabbis suck baby penises? It has a name.
Just that a person as humane as yourself can sit here and think of that as a fit subject for humor shows what I mean. Religion makes morally normal people say and do disgusting and wicked things, and you've just proved my point for me. Shame on you for saying what you just said. Shame on you for saying it about your own son, my God.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's. What next? Cutting the labia of little girls. At least Judaism doesn't do that.
This is a question.
What if a Muslim was to say to you just now, my little girl cried more at her first haircut than when I cut off her clitoris? What would you think of me if I was to say such a disgusting thing?
Yeah, why do they do that? Why?
Well,
remember, we are not talking about detail here. We're talking about whether religion makes people behave better or not.
Let's give the rabbi a chance. I wanted to move on, but let's give the rabbi a chance to respond to what you said, because it got pretty personal here.
They suck yours too up.
Again, my experience in my own son, my own grandson, hundreds of congregants, has been that it's not nothing like what you're talking about.
I don't want to get my old body back if it means having to take someone else's life.
I thought for sure you and your brother would have gotten the message after your pathetic attempt to bring back Mommy.
First condition of life is that life lives on life, eats life, otherwise cannot live.
You gotta spin life to make life. Come on, this is basic alchemy here. Don't kid yourself into thinking there's some way around that, 'cause there's not.
And that this monstrous situation is profoundly shocking to the sensitive mind, I think you will understand why it is that if the mind is to be reconciled to life,
as they say, death is the high cost of living.
In order to achieve anything in life, you inevitably have to take it from someone else. That is what any honest adult knows.
But
the mythologies of war will be in greater number than those of peace.
I see now. This is really the truth behind all truth.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness!
That every human understands. If you abuse a child and then be nice to that child is obedient to you forever. And this is how secret societies behave, okay?
And that for whatever reason that this has become an issue for you, I just think is excessive.
What do you mean by that? Oh. What do you mean by that?
That I'm more personally...
There's an undertone of innuendo to this. Let's bring it on.
No, there's no innuendo there. What I'm saying is,
sure,
I've lived through this personally, and
you've inflicted it, is what you're saying.